Hi, everybody. I'm your boy Gerg, and I have Charcot tooth disease. Let's chat about that. Hi, everybody. What we're going to talk about today is Charcot tooth. I'm gonna give you the explanation of what it is, and then I'll go in a little bit of detail into mine. So basically, Charcot tooth is a group of inherited disorders which causes nerve damage, mostly in the arms and legs. Weakness in limbs, hammer toes, and loss of sensation in limbs are common symptoms. It also does other things, which we'll get into in this video really quick. But basically, I was diagnosed at 2 years old. My father has Charcot tooth. His father has Charcot tooth. They never wanted, the doctors did not want us to have surgery. Well, me to have surgery. He had surgery at the age of 16 to correct his foot. The surgery that he had, which is the one that I was also going to get, they did studies and found out that it usually caused the limb to be amputated, and my father's leg was amputated where he had the surgery. I have some really interesting things that happened, and I'll try to explain these to you in the best detail that I can. So simple things, from the fact that you'll hear me clear my throat a million times. I always, well, not always, most of the time I feel like I have a frog in my throat, literally, like how they say frog in your throat. I feel like I have something in my throat that I need to clear. If you see me looking over here, I am a streamer. I'm looking at my chat, and I'm not streaming. But I have the sensation of always having something in the back of my throat that I'm trying to clear. It doesn't clear. It just kind of stops, is the best way to describe it. It just doesn't clear. Another thing that I have is I have a phantom cough. I have a cough for no reason. Sometimes it's not constant, just happens. It'll phantom itself in. I've had doctors want to do stuff to see if I have colds, stuff like that. I don't. And I also have this thing about whenever people cough around me, I kind of have to cough. It's a sensation that hits and I have to cough. It's kind of like people yawning. And it doesn't stop. If somebody coughs around me, I'm usually coughing. After a while of talking or having my face covered, I do start to actually get to the point where I start coughing. My throat gets dry and I start coughing like crazy. During the pandemic, that has made it kind of interesting, because if I don't have a constant supply of something to drink, then I'll just cough my head off. And it's had some interesting effects, and had people kind of, stare at me because of that. And it's not something that I can control or help. It kind of happens. And it's just another one of those things that happens with CMT. CMT is crazy. It really is. My hips are I have a little bit of like a cowboy hip, is what you would call it, I guess. That's probably from the way that my feet are. If I could do a funny game here in a second with you guys, and you'll find it interesting. So, okay, after 15 minutes of standing, usually my legs are just done. They will give me a little bit of notice and then just go. They'll just go out. Like, they just don't like to. They do not like me standing. It's a fun game that I play with my Charcot tooth. And I've learned the sides beforehand, and I will tell people, like, I gotta go sit down, like, I can't help it, like, it's gonna get bad. With the way my feet have turned, it's hard to get to 15 minutes anymore, but it happens all the time. So if you're ever talking to me in person, and we're chatting, and I'm like, I have to sit down, I'm gonna collapse. I'm gonna hit the floor. And I know you're like, how's this dude laughing about this? It's funny, I'm almost 39 years old. After 39 years of doing this, like, you just kind of get used to it. But yeah, I have this 15-minute rule where my muscles will just be like, okay, well, time to sit down. And if I don't obey the muscles, they will just collapse. It's happened before. It does freak people out, and I feel bad whenever it happens. There's honestly nothing I can do about it. But I feel bad that people have to like experience it because it would freak somebody out. It just happens. Um, I'm gonna go into stories about things that I've done over the years that I probably should have done with CMT. And I've had interesting outcomes from doing them. I'm gonna do those in another. I just basically wanted to give you just an idea of what I deal with. My hands are starting to most get monkey paws. My hands are starting to not allow me to pick up certain things like coins and stuff. I'm having a little bit of problems picking up stuff and grabbing a hold. Like grabbing a hold anymore is getting hard. I thank my Xbox controller for the movement in my fingers and stuff and holding on. I think that's actually good. It's good for me. If you have CMT, please play video games. I know that you're like, what? It's good for you. Like, honestly, the movement of the controller, keep that movement going. Stretch your fingers. Do this all the time. Just keep your fingers going. Move them. Just don't do that kind of thing. Like, just keep that rocking, and it should hopefully help. I do this all the time. Looks like I'm counting, but I'm not. I'm keeping my fingers moving. I'm keeping my fingers like agile, loose. It's a good practice to do whenever you have Charcot tooth. That's a good lesson I can teach you. And video game controllers. I know a lot of people are afraid of them. I know people are afraid of video game controllers, but they're helpful with CMT. They really are. Okay, so a little cool game that we can play. I'll have Hostile, who's doing my videos. I'll have him put a video up here, or not a video pictures. It's something, slideshow of my feet up to date. But I want to give you a little visual while you're looking at that to go with what you're seeing. So if you look down, if you have CMT, yours is probably going to vary. If you don't have CMT, look at your knee and look straight down your bone that goes, your leg bone, like just go straight down. I can't remember the medical terminology for that. I'll get back to you. My brain is not picking that up right now. But if you look at your knee and follow straight down, you usually see your foot, so down, see your foot. Okay. You don't see that with mine. You see my ankle bone. So my foot is turned. So if you look straight down, you should see your foot. You should follow that path and go to your toes. Mine doesn't. Mine goes to my ankle bone. So now what I want you to do at home, if you're watching this, is turn your foot to the degree of where your knee is lined up with your ankle bone and think about walking like that. I have shoes. I'll have Hostile show you that too. That do help. They do balance. And I have them made yearly because of the way my feet turn. It's so bad that I have to have them redone every year. But it's getting to the point, honestly, to where it's turned too much, and I'm gonna have to do something probably to fix it. 5 weeks right now is really hard to do for me, and I'd have to do both feet. It would take a year probably for each to get back, and it would take 5 weeks of not putting any weight on it. And that is hard for somebody with CMT. I will branch out and reach out to the CMT Association. If you have it, guys, they're amazing. Contact them. I'm going to try to see if there's any devices, if I do get surgery, that I can still kind of walk around. So I've seen people who get surgery or break bones or something. They have a knee, like a thing they can put their knee on, and they walk around with it. It's almost like a walker, like a knee walker. And I want to see if that's possible, because I think that would be helpful, and I think that would be really awesome. But who knows? Up until I can do it, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll have to figure out a plan and get a plan in motion. But I'm gonna try to do something and try to correct it, at least to get me walking, because the way my feet are going, I'm 39 April 1st. I probably won't be walking into my mid 40s if I don't do something. I'll probably be wheelchair bound. That's another thing. With CMT, you're really lucky if you make it into your 50s and 60s and you're not wheelchair bound. It's not as some cases this aren't as severe as others. It has more severe cases. Like I'm worse than my father was. I think that's just because he got surgery, and I think it helped him a little bit. His father, I think, was worse than him. Um, and it's a lifelong condition. We don't get over it. It doesn't get better. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't get better. I even know some people that have onset from certain things happening. I knew somebody that went to Vietnam, I think it was, and got injured. He got wounded, and his CMT just popped. It just showed up. I have a story that will explain to you why mine is so bad, but I don't want to tell you now. We'll tell that at a later date. Just keep that posted. Keep that in your head. But basically, I did something to my left leg, and whenever I did it just made my CMT go absolutely insane. That was 2007. And I don't know if I had the surgery pictures anymore, but if I can find them, I will show them to you. Yeah, that was a fun time. I'll have to tell you all about my trip to the hospital and getting morphine and all that stuff. Because they're fun stories. I'm going to tell you guys the fun stories, the times that I've had fun and I've laughed. Just jokingly had a good time. About the terrible times that I've had. Not terrible, just bad times. Like, it's not terrible. I haven't, I've been lucky so far, I think. But because of my CMT, I've tried to learn my boundaries and what I can and cannot do, and to slow down and to take it easy and to be mindful of my area, what I'm walking on, what I'm doing. Rocks are horrible. And you're like, I know you're thinking, okay, so he has CMT shoes. I do, but they keep my foot flat. The shoes keep my sideways foot as flat, the shoe flat. It's so hard to explain. You'll see. But that doesn't help whenever I'm going up inclines, down inclines, or I'm on surfaces like ground that has no flat. If it's completely flat, the surface, I'm good. I can walk on it. It's fine. I have pain constantly, but it's better than anything else. If it's not, it's just a massive headache to walk on it. It's been a fun time. It's been a fun 39 years. Like, it really has. And I want you guys to go on the adventure with me, and I'm going to do little short stories to explain to you exactly how I've had to grow and I've had to learn to deal with my Charcot too. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I hope you enjoy the little ones that I release. I hope you enjoy the stuff that I do. I just hope you guys have a good time, and I hope I can maybe put a smile on your face and make you feel a little bit better about your disease. I don't know. My attitude has always been that even if I wake up in the morning and I'm in excruciating pain, I try to smile. I try to keep happy because I believe that my smile makes other people smile. So even if I'm, in serious amounts of pain and stuff like that, I'm still joking, still laughing, still having a good time. And that's kind of the attitude I like to keep going through this. And I hope you guys do too. I know it can get just get frustrating is the word. It can get so frustrating. Trust me, the constant pain that I have, it's frustrating. Like, I want it to go away. I want it to be gone for one day. And I know it's not going to happen, but at the same time, there's no reason for me to turn everybody else's day downward or make other people, sad or, miserable because I have something that I can't control. So I am a true believer in smiling, and that smiles are contagious and will spread to other people. So I'm your boy Gerg. I have Charcot tooth, and these are going to be my crazy, off-the-wall, fun CMT stories. I hope you ladies and gentlemen out there on YouTube enjoy, and I hope you have a good time just taking this weird, interestingly fun journey with me. So, as I always say to everybody whenever I stream, I love your faces. I hope this helps. I hope these videos help. I'll talk about my good days, my bad days, and I'll talk about some of the terrible things that I've done breaking limbs. So we'll have a good chat and a good time.